I came into this to say, I'm not losing my job anytime soon. Okay. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. I'm a manager of several hundred websites across the country. I've been personally involved in 500, 700. I have no idea how many projects. Okay. I keep refining my processes more and more and more and more. I have, I don't know, tens of thousands of hours invested in what I do. Okay. Am I the best that ever was? No. Am I trying to achieve greatness every single day? Yes. Now, knowing what I know about my processes, I can tell you that there is a terrible idea in the world that it's easy, right?
Yes, there it is.
It's not easy. The number of times I see advertisements from many, many sources, ranging from small to large, that says, oh, you can come in, it's pretty, look at this stuff flying in, click a few buttons, you're going to be on top of Google. With all due respect, it's not easy. And if it was so easy, trust me, I would be leveraging those tools rather than going through the complex process of custom design in Figma, development in WordPress, a team of 9. It's not easy, right? And the idea that it is being pushed across so many channels now, and it is false, it is wrong, it is misleading and potentially damaging, right? So I'll tell you a couple of stories. There's a term, curse of knowledge, right? When you know how to do something well, it's very hard to undo that knowledge, right? Very hard to forget it.
Right.
The idea of, first and foremost, I am no expert in AI, nor am I saying that I am. I can tell you that there are wonderful tools that are out there that, let's say, improve my ability to fulfill projects, to do so with speed, to do so with accuracy, to do so with whatever it is. Yes, it exists and it's only getting better, right? No question about it. We have a tech stack of whatever it is, a dozen or so platforms that we use in order to work. And they're all getting better, right? From our project management tool, from our design tool, from the way we do things. WordPress continues to be improved all the time. But that doesn't mean that John Smith, Mr. Small Business Owner, or Jane Smith, Miss Business Owner, is going to somehow understand all the tools that are necessary and remove me from the equation, right? I don't see it. I'm sorry, right? It's too complex, too specific, too difficult. It's not going to happen overnight. Maybe down the road, it may. But today, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And I'll liken it to this. Saying that, for example, a surgeon that uses robotics, right?
That's a new thing too. That's a trending
I know nothing
thing
of the subject, but I'm saying that whether a surgeon uses his special techniques, special robots, et cetera, to achieve what they're doing, doesn't mean that he himself or she herself is not needed, right? It's ludicrous.
Not only that he's not needed, but he is in the room with that robotics arm or whatever it is. It's not the robot alone doing surgery, right?
Yeah. And I
somebody's
think
overseeing this.
Someone's overseeing it, and if I may say, I think there's a little bit too much of a misuse or misunderstanding. AI, what does it mean? What does it do? It's going to take over everything. Again, a novice in a particular segment might all of a sudden be able to do something without an expert with much experience. Look, I'm in it every single day. I know how difficult it is to achieve perfection or to achieve success in projects. This is my entire professional career. I'm responsible for, as I said, hundreds of websites. So I think I'm semi-qualified in order to at least have an opinion on the subject. And I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm just simply not. I find myself in an interesting industry that anyone can get into this, right? Anyone can say, I'm a web designer today, right?
Yes,
no experience.
Can anyone say that?
Anyone can say it. It's one of the biggest issues.
It's one thing to say, it's another thing to be an expert in any field.
Correct.
There's this saying, to become an expert in any field, whether you're, a sports person or a musician or whatever, takes 10,000 hours.
Isn't that the Outliers guy?
Yes, that is the Outliers.
Maxwell, is it?
Maxwell, Caldwell, something like that. But I really took that mantra and I really believe in that. And I see that from myself. To become an expert in the industry, you just need so many hours of putting into it, learning from your mistakes. And AI won't do that for you.
It's not possible to remove me from the equation because the truth is, I don't care what AI tool is available to, as I said, John or Jane Smith. you don't know what you don't know. And you have
Exactly.
no idea
Exactly.
the 150 steps from beginning to end that are required. And if you don't even have a concept of what those steps are, how could you possibly do it correctly, right?
That's right.
How could you
That's
possibly
right.
do it correctly?
Not only that, but once that website is up and that small business turns into a medium-sized business, there's going to be other needs
It's a good point.
that you're going to want to consult with your website manager and
Yeah.
say, this is what I need now, and this is not working for me, and I want some other, feature on my website. Who are you going to talk to? AI? I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's a person-to-person kind of an interaction, isn't it?
It's very true. And understanding the purpose, understanding the meaning. I could go to ChatGPT and I could put in some kind of prompt, and I think I could probably get out from it the response that I want given the prompt that I put in, right? So there's something that has been on my mind recently, and I heard this somewhere. I don't remember where. We're approaching a point in the not too distant future. It's impossible to know what is real and what is not real.
Oh, yes.
The amount of sheer volume of what is out there. I don't remember the numbers. I remember hearing something that we're doubling in size every so-and-so years. The amount that is out there based on ChatGPT, for example, based on technologies of similar workings, who is to know what is real? Who is to know what is not real? Versus, for example, I keep hitting this point, we manage hundreds of websites. What does that mean? Why do people pay us a premium versus going to some whatever, nameless, faceless, big company and paying, I don't know, 3x, 4x less?
They probably get personal service, right?
I call it the human touch.
The human touch.
Look, I'm a pilot, okay? And I can say that from my training, 95% of it is disaster mitigation, right? It's the easiest thing in the world to push the throttle and to take off.
If you say so.
It's the easiest thing in the world. But guess what? What happens if the engine goes out?
Yes.
Where are you going to land? What's going to happen, right? And I'll tell you right now, I would rather be, and I had a Mayday one time in my life, I would rather be, thank God, with the owner of the podcast, the owner of the flight school with 3,000 plus hours under his belt than with some novice that just started yesterday, right?
Absolutely.
And there is no, in my opinion, there's no way of equating the two together. So look, and I'll come across it a different way now. Are there amazing tools where somebody with no budget, low budget, whatever it is, just needs proof of concept can put together something pretty? Absolutely. Yes. Go do it. Inexpensive, spend a few hours, have a glass of wine.
But it's basic, right? It's pretty basic.
Maybe not. Maybe it's more than basic, right? Maybe
Okay.
it's more than basic. But what I do, custom design, right? What does that mean? Lots of people in my industry, they go to repositories, they pay a small fee, they download a pre-made site, right?
Okay.
It can look good. Who knows, right? The back end could be not so great. The page builder might be stodgy, might be difficult to update. There's many considerations, right? But one thing for sure is they're getting a site that looks like 10,000 other sites or 100,000 other sites, depending how many sales the
And by the way,
thing
you
has.
can see that. You can really, I can differentiate between a site that is custom built and a site that is kind of, prefab, downloaded. You can see the difference.
You can see the difference. And look, again, maybe that's okay for that person's particular use case. I get calls from people sometimes that I just need a business card. I just need somewhere for credibility.
Right.
Okay, do you have to pay me a premium in order to get something to just check a box? I don't think so, right? But the point of today that I want to make is be weary of anyone that says to you, it's easy, right? I don't think nothing is easy, right? It's easy for the person that has experience and has seen 1,000 times. But especially if you're a company that has a business outcome that is necessary from the website,
Right.
don't take the approach of, oh, I can click a few buttons, or my 14-year-old nephew can go and do it on the builder and everything will be fantastic. We're going to rank tomorrow. We're going to get traffic. He's going to also manage my Google ads, God forbid. and all these things are going to go fantastic. Because again, take it from me. I'm one person with an opinion, but I'm rather experienced in this department. It was said like this. I'll say it the best way that I can. Our system admin said this to me not long ago. What differentiates us with our collective, very significant decades, whatever, of experience than someone else? It's the amount of small, painful, difficult lessons we've learned along the way. Okay?
That's a very good sentence.
It's true.
And it's true.
It's true.
Yes.
we have countless of these experiences. That's why I'm bald still in my 30s. Okay, I haven't reached 40 yet, and I'm completely bald for the last 10 years, is from stress of learning, right? I'm joking, of course, but I'm not joking at the same time. And one cannot place, in my opinion, someone with no experience and, let's say, AI tools with someone that has tremendous experience. I stand by that 100%.